Whispers of the Valley. The Tale of Okeho. In the heart of Oyo North, where the Oke Ogun hills rise like ancient sentinels guarding secrets of the earth, lies Okeho, a valley cradled between majestic mountains, its air thick with the scent of yam fields and wild orchids. This was no ordinary town. It was the food basket of Oyo State, where the soil whispered promises of abundance to those who tilled it with calloused hands. But long before the tractors hummed and the markets bustled with traders from Iseyin and Saki, Okeho was a place of exile and rebirth, forged in the fires of war and the cool shadows of Biayin Mountain. Centuries ago, when the Oyo Empire still thundered across Yorubaland like the hooves of 1,000 cavalry, Okeho's ancestors perched high on the rocky crests of Olofin, Akasube, and Okofiri Hills. There, amid the mist-shrouded peaks, they built their first homes, stone-walled compounds where the wind carried echoes of Sango's thunder and the Alafin's decrees. The people, proud Onko Yoruba with their lilting dialect that danced like proverbs on the tongue, were farmers and warriors, their lives woven into the rhythm of the seasons. They planted millet under the watchful eyes of the hills, spun cotton into cloth dyed deep indigo, and carved calabashes that held stories as much as water. But peace was a fragile guest in those days. Raiders from the north, shadowy figures on swift horses, their blades glinting like Fulani stars, descended upon the highlands like a storm. They came for the grain stores, the young men, the very spirit of the people. One fateful night, as the moon hung low and blood red, the enemy breached the hilltop defenses. Flames licked the thatched roofs, and cries pierced the darkness. Among the fleeing was a young hunter named Folarin, son of the village elder, whose bow had felled more than one intruder. Clutching his infant son and a sacred iron staff gifted by the Orisha of the earth, Folarin led the survivors down treacherous paths, their feet slipping on dew-slick rocks. They descended into the valley below, a hidden basin where the Ogun River's tributaries sang lullabies to the fertile plains. Here the mountains formed a natural fortress, their slopes too steep for horsemen, their valleys lush with forgotten bounty.
This is our new dawn.
From that spot erupted a long iron chain, coiling from the ground like a serpent awakened. A sign from the ancestors, they said, binding the old heights to this new home. They named it Okeho, the hill's echo, for the way the wind still carried whispers from the peaks above. Years turned to generations, and Okeho flourished in its seclusion. The people rebuilt with mud bricks and palm fronds, their farms spilling yams, cassava, and corn across the valley like a green tapestry. Women wove mats from elephant grass, their fingers flying in patterns that told of lost battles and hard-won harvests. Men traded at the weekly markets, bartering kola nuts and palm oil for salt from distant Ibadan.
The valley feeds the mountain.
Yet, the old ways lingered like ghosts. Every year, during the Oro festival, the living Onjo, the sacred ruler descended from Folarin, would climb to the chain's emergence, offering sacrifices of white cloth and roasted yams. The air would thicken with incantations, drums pounding like the heart of the earth itself, calling spirits to ward off the shadows of raids past. Children, wide-eyed, would huddle as masked dancers swirled, their raffia skirts whispering warnings to the unwary. One such festival marked the turning point for a duke, a girl born under the shadow of Biayin Mountain. Her skin was the color of rich loamy soil, her laughter like the river's ripple. A duke's father was the town's master farmer, guardian of the old relics, but her heart yearned beyond the valley's embrace. As the Oro drums echoed in 1917, the year of Okeho's great relocation centenary, though few clocks marked time then, she dreamed of the world beyond the hills. Whispers from traders spoke of iron birds in Lagos and universities in Ibadan, where knowledge flowed freer than the Ogun. On the festival's eve, as the Onjo poured libations at the iron chain, a stranger arrived. He was Babatunde, a wandering herbalist from Igboho, his satchel bulging with roots and relics from the old Oyo ruins. Tall and weathered, with eyes that held the empire's faded glory, he sought the chain's blessing for a journey north. A duke, Coxscorspon, would story stay. Tasked all day, would story dairy. Would jory day, with the babe was fetching water from the spring, stumbled upon him in the twilight.
Child of the valley, the hills guard secrets, but the earth shares them with the bold.
I want to see the Alaafin's palace in Oyo and learn to read the white man's scripts, so Okeho can have roads and lights.
Then come with me at dawn. But first prove your spirit.
There, amid carvings of warriors and serpents, he revealed a hidden grotto, walls etched with faded Oyo script, telling of the empire's fall and the Onko clan's flight south. As the first light crested Biayin, Aduke touched the stone, feeling the pulse of history. A vision seized her. The raiders returning not on horses, but in machines that scarred the land, hungry for the valley's gold beneath the yams. It's just a fever dream, child. But then the ground trembled faintly, a reminder of the earth's unrest. Word spread, and Babatunde stayed, teaching Aduke the herbs of healing and the songs of resistance. Together, they rallied the youth, planting not just crops, but ideas. Communal granaries to withstand raids, paths widened for trade caravans, schools under baobabs where children learned Onko proverbs alongside arithmetic. When the centenary came in 2017, echoing that first descent, the town swelled with visitors from Saki and Iseyin, marveling at the panoramic views from the hills, the eco-trail snaking Biayin like veins of green gold. Yet, Aduke's true legacy unfolded in the quiet years after. As Okeho grew, its markets alive with the hum of generators, its youth heading to polytechnics in Erua, she became the valley's quiet guardian. Each Oro, she led the climb to the chain, her voice joining the Anjos in prayer. For the farms to yield, for the mountains to stand firm, for the echoes of the past to guide the future. Today, Okeho endures, a tapestry of valleys and peaks where the iron chain still gleams under festival torches, and the people, descendants of Folarin and dreamers like Aduke, till the soil with one hand and reach for the stars with the other. In the food basket of Oyo North, the story isn't just told, it's lived, one harvest, one proverb, one breathtaking dawn at a time.